Hey everybody, it's your pal Drew Dracy, and yeah, I'm back already. Well, my camera has just been touchy. And I really got flustered, and I gave up yesterday, and I thought, oh, I won't be able to do one, and so we'll see how this goes. I already did one episode. Let's go for two. Before I get started with these, I neglected to mention something in the last episode. That the backup by Roger McKenzie and Paul Smith in Sunrunners is great. I don't know if it's ever been reprinted. It's Paul inking himself, and I guess he's coloring himself. It's just Roger McKenzie. Everything else, I think, is lettered by him as well. So he is a marionette who became a gumshoe, a private eye, a private dick, all those phrases. Those two lines where my thumb is, that is so audacious. I mean, Smith's inking himself, and he's just like slamming down black areas and then working around them, it seems. I'm not sure. I love the coloring on the what do you call the on the captions, on the exposition. And what happened was he got killed. His owner got killed. Screw you. So anyway, there was this accident on like the third rail of a commuter train, and so he became this private eye, and everyone just sort of accepted it. Little Frank Miller lighting the cigarette there. Love that. He's like, I don't know what game you're playing, but only game I'm playing is for keeps, Lieutenant. Book me or I'm walking. More amazing black spotting there, and there's more to it, but I ain't gonna tell you because you get an issue. It'll be cool. Sorry I forgot that, but now we're on to Marvel Fanfare. This is all for a lot of the issues. There was inventory work by artists who had made it big eventually, and this was something new that is Jim Starlin and Al Milgrom on the inks, and I think that might be all Milgrom on the back. It doesn't have the waist that Starlin does. And a lot of Starlin fans may not know this exists. It's 2 issues. I'm not going to show you the second one because I want you to enjoy it on your own. And it's Starlin, Novak, Steele, Milgrom, Shooter production. So there you go. Very tasteful colors. I know I go on about colors, but I mean, trust me. There's a color hold, dotted overlay. There will be an overlay of yellow, probably in one green, which would be a yellow and a blue, and then yellow and a red, magenta. So, and that was just big deal. I mean, you did have the computer colors do now. Beautiful, beautiful spread, and yeah, it just. I just don't know if it's been referred to in any canon, and it doesn't really need to be. You know, that guy, remember him from Spider-Man #2, who worked for the Tinkerer? So I got some great action here. Great. Okay. Now we go to the brilliant Charles Vess portfolio. He was really interested in Thor. He did the what was it called? The Raven banner, which had Asgardians in it, but Thor wasn't in it. It was about, I think, the 3, not the 3 Amigos, Warriors 3. Spectacular. Another portfolio. I don't know if it's from him or not, but. Beautiful. Now we're going to The Shadow. This sort of put Chaykin back on the map again. He had done a variety of books. He did the first 6 issues of Star Wars, and then he came and did different things. He painted back issue stories in the Hulk magazine of Dominic Fortune, and then he did a graphic novel with Samuel Delaney, which I've shown before in previous episode of my other channel. This he was doing American Flag, which I loved. It was just he just did a whole new format that I think Frank Miller owes a lot to when it comes to Dark Knight. And then that's what happens. You kick ass, and then they bring you back. DC or Marvel are like, oh, come on back. And just like Mike Grell with Sable, he got asked to do Green Arrow. So this is beautiful, beautiful. I mean, Howard Chaykin, I just totally dig his stuff. Only thing is, it is suggested for so mature readers, so I'm going to try and skip some of this stuff. But the art and the lettering, he little heart-shaped word balloons. It's so great. His sense of design is magnificent. That's a lot of time put in there. And then you could buy yourself time by making some of the other pages lighter on backgrounds, and that's not a big deal. That's what everybody does. If you know, I mean, George Perez was the only guy who could probably get away with that. Look at that. I love her expression there. He doesn't do standard expressions. He doesn't. Don't worry, the dogs don't get killed. The shadow hypnotizes him, and he goes, "Where is your master, innocent ones?" And I thought that's like the coolest thing, because I was about to, I mean, I'm real sensitive when it comes to animal abuse and anything used in part of, there's nice, used as part of a storyline and entertainment thing. So good stuff. Now we're going back to good old Marvel. Man, this page just literally leaps at you. I didn't have this when it first came out, and one of my school friends had it, and I was like, oh, I want that. But he was kind enough to let me read it, so that's okay. The Granite Sky. It's right after Gwen died. You know, his longtime love, Gwen, and Len does a great story here. He's moping, and then this like really drunk, sailor gives him all this advice, and he's like, just what I needed, a besotted philosopher. Great, I love that line. And something mysterious comes out, although we don't on the cover. That always cracks me up. He gets pissed off. Stinking arachnid! If it wasn't for the radioactive venom of one of your kind coursing through my veins. That's a little over the top, but Gil kind of gave him that expression to say that, well, here we go, good old Hydra with the bucket heads. And Frank Giacoia on the inks, man. Love his stuff. And, he sees a Star-Spangled Shield, or as he says, Frisbee. Love it. This was repurposed for the Marvel, what do they call those things? In school, like the books you keep in, like Trapper Keeper or something like that. That is amazing there. The funny thing is, though, this is so funny. It's something like, please don't bring it up or it'll ruin everything. Because, gee, your own personal cleanup squad, meaning S.H.I.E.L.D., do they stack the bodies neatly head to toe? That's not funny, wall crawler. Good, bad, or indifferent, those were human beings we almost crippled back there. I'm really like, you've been doing this forever. I get it when it was like World War II, but it's like, don't be squeamish now. Don't start being squishy now. Love the Grey Gargoyle. Just a brilliant character. Oh man, that's so cool. And the up on a rocket. Not going to tell you anymore because Liberty Project. I love this book. It only lasted like 7 issues at Eclipse Comics, and I think shortly thereafter, Todd McFarlane bought the rights to all the characters. I may be wrong. Actually, no. Kurt Busiek corrected me and said both he and James Fry still own the Liberty Project, but Todd McFarlane just wanted Miracle Man, and that whole thing's a mess. It's ridiculous. Love the characters. They're very diverse in their powers, their backgrounds, everything. This is Johnny Savage. He was a real mean bad guy in the first 2 issues, and now he's just continuing. James Fry's art's so great. I love his stuff. So this is Slick. He can slide around. He can create like an oil slick. and he gets called a greaseball once in a while, even though he's Polish. I'm not making that up. And there's a Cimarron, and because she's powerful like a horse, she's strong, and this guy's like hitting her. He goes, "Name your price," blah blah blah. So she throws him through a window. I should have just broken his face. One of these days, I'm gonna have to do. Before I do something stupid, I better probably do it anyway. But at least it'll be a change. I gotta think about it. And there is he was a white collar criminal, and he has these he's like Deadshot. He can just shoot anything with these pellets he has and hits it. This is what is her name? Jeez, I can't believe it. I can't think of her name. But you know, I love it. I know you're saying, "Oh, this screams the '80s," but that's what the thing. You know, oh, Burnout. Yeah, I love that name too. Now that I know what it is, Sisterhood of Steel, good book. California Girls by Trina Robbins, who keeps that alive. Well, what happened is they were running away from. They're a government-sanctioned superhero team, so they get time off their parole if they behave and do what the government asks. So they sneak away for a while and want to do their own thing. And Slick's the only one who could really talk sense into her. And she goes, "Promise," Scout's on her. And what's great is, I mean, she's like a young teen, but she has that vulnerable moment. Okay, but you better be right about this. And Crackshot, that's his name. Great name. So they go on. Love that. That's a great pose. And yeah, Slick is just doing the old thing. There he is, Johnny something or other. I'm really bad with names today. Johnny Savage. I love the design. You know, they're fighting. He's just hard as hell. Hard as hell to fight. And anyway, they chase him. Oh, they capture him. Then the government comes. Oh, great. "I think I know these people, huh?" He's like getting on Slick. She starts to fight. He stops her, and he goes, "She's not causing any trouble, Slick." And just look how broken, sad she is that her one friend that she trusted, who was going to get her out of there. It's really heartbreaking when you look at it.